What's going on, everybody? This is your man, Mr. No Edit, and this is my fairly new show, the Mr. No Edit Show.
Mr. No Edit Show!
As you can see, we are on location, changing up a little bit. We're here at the Bump Shop in Detroit with my man, DJ Maaco from Detroit in Effect, representing M.A.P. What's going on, bro?
What's going on?
Oh,
Mr. No Edit.
You got it. So, as you can see, I hope you can see this. DJ Maaco has the Detroit in Effect, which is your group.
Right.
Can you tell us something about the group? Maybe how it got started, who all is in it.
Detroit in Effect got started back in, I want to say 95. No, probably 94.
Okay.
It's me and my partner, Odell. P-Dog.
P-Dog, okay.
The turntable bully. I used to be in a group in the early 90s called One Nation. And I did a couple records with them. One was Make a Cup. One was Yo Ain't the One, B Ain't the One.
Oh, now, that was with One Nation?
Yeah.
That was the name of the group?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we kind of, toward the end of the contract when I was dealing with that record label, we kind of, got on some little salty type terms or whatnot.
Got you.
So I ended up leaving. But later they came back, they wanted a remix to Yo Ain't the One.
Made them pay.
Well, we talked and we negotiated some stuff. And so I did the remix. And when I finished, we met up and they came with the same old type of attitude and all that. So I was like, no, I don't want to deal. I don't want to deal with it.
It wasn't worth it.
No. And at the time I was talking with Odell about it. Me and Odell, we were just, we was cool. And he was like, man, bump them. Why don't, hey, we could start something ourselves and put it out.
Okay.
And I thought about it because I was an artist, a DJ and an artist, but I never saw myself as being the owner of a label. I didn't want that. I just wanted to. I had the love for the music. So I thought about it and we ended up doing it. So
that's how Detroit in Effect was born.
Yep. He came up with the name of the group. I came up with the name of the label.
Now, is he still part of Detroit in Effect?
Yeah, he gonna always be Detroit in Effect.
Okay, it's
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, M.A.P. Can you elaborate on M.A.P.?
Maaco and P-Dog.
Maaco and P-Dog.
Yep.
So he's part of the name,
exactly.
The group, and the label.
Exactly.
Dig. Maaco and P-Dog.
Exactly.
Okay. So now you know. So I want to go into a little history because you mentioned that most people know you as an artist. I'm sure a lot of people know you as a DJ as well.
Yeah.
But tell me a little about the DJing. When did that start?
DJing started many years ago.
Many moons.
Many moons. I was 13 going on 14. And I had some older cousins. They had a crew back in the day called a Crash Crew. And
this is Detroit?
Yeah, in Detroit. And, they were sweet as hell. So I used to watch them spin. But the person that really, just made me go like, damn. Well, of course, the Wizard.
Okay.
The Wizard inspired a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
And if y'all don't know who the Wizard is, Jeff Mills.
Yeah, look him up. You don't know who he is, look him up.
Yeah, but we knew him as the Wizard,
We used to get our cassette tapes.
Exactly, right.
On the radio.
Everybody was lit. 9 o'clock, everybody was
your
listening
hand
to
over play.
Right.
Yeah. With a clean tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he inspired you.
Yeah, and well, partially.
Okay.
You know, he got me interested, but the person that really inspired me was Mr. Leon Purse.
Leon Purse.
Leon,
from Mad Sounds.
Mad Sounds. Yep. It was some young ladies. They was throwing a party across the field from my grandmother's house, and so I'm waiting to hear the music.
You give me a year if you can, or around about year.
Probably 85, 86, somewhere in there.
Okay.
I want to say.
Okay.
No, I mean, yeah. So let me see.
Early 80s.
Early 80s. Because actually, Technicolor was just coming, or had just came out.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember walking out my man's house. You just brought this. It's funny because back then you could leave the house and hear a new song riding by in somebody's car or whatever. And Technicolor was brand new, fresh. I remember a lot of techno coming out like that back in the day.
You know, they always say you know a really good song by, if you hear it, you know exactly where you were
that's what I'm saying. And you would do it so much back then because they was putting out so much.
Yeah.
Putting out some, putting out some fire.
I remember when Future came out, when Transmet came out. I mean, those songs, those records were like from like another place. I didn't know they was from Detroit at the time.
Right.
You know, I just thought it was some sweet techno music, Kraftwerk type music. You know.
We knew. Well, I'm a little older than you, but we knew just as dancers, we knew that's wine. That's wine. That's Cybertron. But to get out there and just dance off of something brand new, fresh, and they're classics now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have songs like that.
Music is timeless.
Yeah.
Timeless. It'll never get old.
Dig that.
And there's still music putting out today that people putting out today that still can't hold up to those songs.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't get that too often nowadays. We have somebody at the door.
Sounds like
Could that be
Mr.
DJ Deadline?
Deadline.
Could it be Deadline?
Yeah.
DJ Deadline. Am I getting it?
I get it.
I mean, I can.
Oh yeah, you can.
I didn't know. I thought somebody was getting it. Okay. All right. We were talking about those people who inspired you. Leon Purse.
Right. Just a second. Mr. Deadline. Casually late.
Yeah, you go ahead with it. with Leon Purse. You saying Leon Purse?
Yeah, so the music came on. The first record.
You were across the field from your grandmother.
The first record he dropped was Clear. And the music was so loud, I really couldn't tell where it was coming from. It sounded like it was coming from the sky. But he was cutting up Clear and It's Time.
Clear and It's Time.
Yeah. And I'm like, no, hell no. I said the only person that do that is on the radio. If that ain't the Wizard, they must be playing a tape or something.
Right.
So, me and my brothers, we got up. I got to go see this for myself. And sure enough, we goes over there, and this dude cutting it up. Leon Purse.
You seen him live. So he was the major factor.
Yeah.
That got you wanting to DJ.
Yeah. So I said I need to get on that level.
Dig that.
I need to get on that level.
Okay, so now we're gonna fast forward. All right. So evidently, you started practicing.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me give me a roundabout year when you knew you had it. When you knew you were a DJ.
That never came.
It never came.
It never came.
You're still a student.
I'm still a student. You never
Still a student.
Yeah. I just saw something yesterday online. I'm like, damn. Dude.
Ripping it.
Ripped it up. To the point where you say it either make you want to stop or go harder.
Keep going.
Yeah.
What do you? This might be an unfair question. What do you enjoy more, DJing or producing, or creating music?
Music.
Creating music.
All music. But see, DJing, it's all the same to me.
It's hand
DJing.
in hand.
Yep, create music.
But
is
if
all
you
the
could
same.
only do one, you are only allowed to do one. You had to choose one to do. You couldn't do the other. What would it be? I'm messing with you because I know how passionate you are.
Probably music.
Probably music. Dude.
Then again, I don't know. Probably DJ.
it ain't really happening. So you can say whatever. Dude. Okay, so you were DJing first.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me how that turned into you becoming a creator of music. If you hear anybody giggling in the background, DJ Deadline.
DJ
Laughing
Deadline.
at the shape
You
of my
know,
head.
it's funny. He came at the right time.
Did he?
For the
He had something
story.
to do with it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's why
yeah.
you laughing?
Yeah.
Let me get comfortable.
Me and Deadline, we hooked up. I met him through Wacky Will. I was like, what, probably 15 at the time.
14 or 15.
14, yeah, we was young, dude. and the way I met Wacky Will, we was supposed to challenge at this party. I used to DJ at this party on Newport all the time. And they started throwing these parties where whoever, the DJs had to show up, and whoever, turned it out, or whoever was the baddest, they the ones got paid. We wasn't making but like $50,
Right.
And so,
Well, I'm sure that was a lot back then.
well, yeah, it was
That's
cool. Yeah, 14, 15-year-old dude making $50 in the night.
Doing something that you love to do.
Right. I was gonna be up DJing anyway, spinning records. So get paid to do it. Heck yeah, And a lot of snacks,
Right.
And so, and of course, records. Hop the bus, go to Shetsneak, buy right something.
Colonial merchandise.
Yep. And so, met Wacky Will. We never challenged, Well, that was a whole nother story. That was funny the way that went down. He pretended like he couldn't get his equipment,
He couldn't get his equipment.
Yeah, he act like something was going on with his equipment.
So he didn't want a paddle.
No, but
wanted-
as we got to know each other, as time went on, he was like, man, I wasn't finna battle you.
Oh, you're a true. So how did it turn into you becoming an artist?
Well, so then we end up. Will traded me a record. Rock the Planet. I was always looking for Rock the Planet. At the time, Rock the Planet was a hard record. Yeah, it was a hard record to get. And but Will liked Pretty Tony's record, freestyle record. Don't Stop the Rock.
Oh man, that was the song.
Yeah, but that was kind of it was kind of easy. You
It was
could still
kinda
buy
easy to
it.
get. That was the song.
But I had it, and he saw it, and he was like,
Oh,
"What
switched.
you want?"
Switched.
And I'm like, "You got Rock the Planet?"
Did you have it?
Yeah. He was like, "Well, come to my house with me." You can
Y'all
get it."
swapping wax,
Yeah.
swapping wax.
Yeah. So I was like, "Man, I'm finna get Rock the Planet for this, And so we get to his house, and we swap records. All of a sudden, here come this little light skinned dude with these long J curls.
DJ Deadline.
DJ Deadline. He came in.
You already knew him, or you didn't?
No, I didn't know. I
you
didn't
didn't
know.
know him
I didn't know him at the time. And Will introduced him. He was like, this is my partner. Deadline. And I'm like, hey, what's up? And I'm holding the record in my hand. So he looks at the record, and Will got Don't Stop the Rock. Will like, yeah, we just traded. Mike got an instant attitude because he knew about the record. He knew more about the record. He was kind of like on the same level when it came to the record. He like, you dummy, you traded.
You gave us something hard to
Right.
get, but something you can get anywhere.
Right.
He thought he was getting over.
But you know what? I let them go ahead and battle around. I held on to it. Hey, black is black, no trade back.
Peace.
Right. But we ended up hooking up, Mike and I. And so we started, DJing together.
You and DJ Deadline?
Yep. So it was the three of us. It was Deadline and Wacky Will.
And you.
It was the Whacked Out Productions.
That's what it was?
Yeah.
Why y'all named after him? Why?
He was he
So the older?
yeah, he was older than me. He talked a real good game.
Okay.
He was more like business. Yeah, I was like, okay. Lad told me he had some 11 and halves turntables. I was gullible.
Mm-hmm. Well, you learning.
Yeah.
You learning.
So, as time went on, Mike was like, "Hey, I want to." He said, let's ride over one of my homeboys' house. I want to show you something.
Mm.
I'm like, okay, and so we ride over Cool K. We knew him as Cool K at the time.
Keith Tucker.
Yeah.
Go Cool K. So
And
DJ Deadline took you over there to show you something. What do you want to show you?
Well, we go over there to see his 1200s. Because we ain't had no 1200s. So we had raggedy turntables, put together turntables.
Y'all had something that go in the circle?
Yeah. And so Mike was like, I know somebody that got some 12s. I'm like, you don't know nobody got no 12s. He's like, yeah, he's come with me.
They was serious back then.
Yeah. It'd be cool. You might let you get to spin on, might get to touch him.
All right.
So we go over there, and I'm looking. We at the time he was cutting his grass, and we end up going in this basement. I saw the 12s. I'm like, oh man, he got 1200s, But then I looked over and I saw keyboards and drum machines and all that, and so that's what you do. And he got to telling me, mess with the beats and all that. So I kind of got to know him, and so we left. And then, so he was like, in that area, he was the OG DJ. He knew all the stuff and all that.
Okay.
So I was up one night listening to Billy T.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard the song come on. I'm like, damn. Billy T played it as a basement tape, I'm like, damn, that's sweet as hell.
They don't know who Billy T is.
Billy T is a DJ. He's still on the radio now.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, him and TJ, they still together.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
TJ the troublesome juvenile. Now he just TJ the troublesome. We all old now.
He ain't juvenile no more, right?
Right.
Yeah, to drop the J.
Right. And so I heard this record, and I thought it was a Model 500.
Mm-hmm.
And since Keith was the OG, he knew all about it. So I asked Mike, let's go over my man's house. So we goes over there, and I'm asking him, like, did Model 500 come out with something new? He like, well, I think the last thing they came out with, Electric Entourage or something.
Now, what was his name? What was the name of the song you were about to inquire about?
No, it was after that. Television.
Oh, it was television you were asking about. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
but I thought it was Model 500.
Okay.
And so we going through all these Model 500 records. I'm like, nah, that's not what I heard.
Oh, but you didn't know the name of it.
Right.
Okay.
I'm like, that's not what I heard. So he was like, we got some stuff coming out. I'm like, oh yeah? And he's like, yeah, I'll let y'all hear it. So he pulled up the shoebox of tapes out. And the first one he put in, I'm like, dog, that's the song.
That's the one.
Right. And I don't even think it was pressed. It wasn't even out yet.
Where'd you hear? Oh, you heard it. Oh, that's right. You heard it on.
Yeah, he had given it to Billy T.
Now, Maaco.
Yeah, that.
This is Deadline talking. Now, Maaco.
DJ Deadline.
Can you recall? Remember, I danced in Devo, so we used to practice over there. Remember, and remember the first time
You gotta come in. This is long. You gotta come. Just squeeze over here.
Well, remember the first time we went over there. I think the first time we ever heard somebody play music on a computer. It was at Keith's house.
Yeah,
Remember,
Keith,
he took us up in the bedroom and he was like, "Check this out," and it was on the computer. And me and Maaco was standing there like, "Wow."
Yeah, he was always
with the computer.
he was always more advanced. You know, he was
up on
He was
it.
like a craft work, a black craft work. You know, I'm like okay, you know, black. Like, so after that, I said, well, I'm gonna go get this keyboard. I went to Sears. I bought the little toy keyboard, and I'm finna try to do some music. You know, and that's what started it. And plus, and plus, as a DJ, when you playing records, you always got ideas. Man, maybe they should have broke it down like this. Man, if they had did this, or if I could have had the equipment, I'd have did this, I'd have did that. So that was always going on. But when I saw that stuff, I'm like, man, I gotta go on ahead.
So when you bought your first keyboard from Sears, and you started, I guess, piecing together a studio.
Well.
Or piecing together something that you can make music with.
Yeah.
Did you go back and forth with him to ask him questions?
No.
Or did you?
No.
You just kind of figured it out?
Yeah. What happened was, I ended up hooking up with this rap group at the time, One Nation.
And that's when One Nation came into the...
I was the DJ of One Nation. And when I hooked up with them, the music producer of the group, was a guy named Tink Thomas.
Tink?
Yeah, he was the producer.
I did an interview with Tink, and I didn't know who the heck Tink was. No edit. I didn't know who Tink was.
Yeah.
The interview with
And we was going over to this guy named Dave. I think his name was Dave. He had a bad studio in his basement. So we was going over there recording. But Tink and the owner of the label ended up getting into this big argument.
You told me this before.
Yeah, and my man was like, F it, I'm done, whatever. And so when he walked out, the owner of the label, we like, well, we ain't got no music producer. What we gonna do now? He looked at me, you got the juice now.
You had to step up.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I don't know nothing about making beats. I could scratch on the record, but I don't, He's like, well, hey, learn. So, shoot, a year and a half, 2 years straight, every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, my man had me in the studio at Recording Institute of Art from 12 midnight to 10 in the morning.
Man, who you in there with?
We first started going, the whole group was going.
I mean, who was there to help you learn this craft?
The engineer.
Oh, the engineer.
The engineer was in there. And so, they would sit back and, what you want with it, and I tried to explain to them what I want. Man, it was taking me 10 hours to do one beat, and just over and over and over and over. By the time
and this was hip hop.
Yeah, we I don't know what it was called back then. I was always a dance music guy. They was trying to make me do rap stuff, but
it always came out dance, some type of dance.
Yeah, or either real weak hip hop.
First track.
Yeah.
B ain't the one.
Well, no. It was Make a Cut first.
Make a Cut. Yep.
Yeah, actually. Here you go.
No, you got it right there. Let me hold that up. Hold that up. You got it right here.
I got that album.
That's gonna show
92.
up. Look at that,
92.
boy. Wax. I don't know. People don't know about wax nowadays.
Not only is it wax. Blue wax. Blue.
You got that yellow magic with that yellow.
Right. And,
okay. So then that craft began.
Mm-hmm.
And then you moved on into
start building my own stuff.
Your own catalog.
Because I my whole thing was I'm gonna try
go ahead.
different stuff
this time.
And as long as I don't blow nothing up, I'm gonna try.
You don't blow it up.
Yeah, because a lot of times in the studio, the engineer was like, "No, you can't do that." They was by the book. I was never by the book. I learned the basics and all that. After that, it was, let me try this, let me try that. I mean, I spliced a MIDI cord one time trying to hook it up to a keyboard. Thought I was gonna get a vocoder. I didn't know. And I always cracked up for days about it.
So now you're a producer.
Mm-hmm.
How did you end up? You had Detroit in Effect.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be fast forwarding. MAP. How did you start playing overseas? Or them distributing your music? How did your music start getting out?
It was a guy P-Dog was in the record shop one day and met up with a guy from Boston. And he was like, man, it's...
He just met him by mistake, or they planned this?
No, it was just, it was random. It was real random.
Okay.
And at the time, Odell, he was taking some records up there. Because we sell records on consignment at the shop.
Mm-hmm.
He was taking records up there. And when the guy saw him dropping them off, he saw the label and was like, hey, man, this guy over in the Netherlands been trying to get in touch with y'all for the longest.
Is that right? Now,
Yeah.
what was this? What record store?
This was over at D.E.M.F at the time.
D.E.M.F, okay.
Yeah, on the west side. And so they exchanged information and all that. And shoot, later that night, morning, whatever you want to call it, was like, shoot, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Somebody was calling my phone.
Times.
Yeah.
Different time zone.
And this dude with this crazy accent, you know, I'm like, yeah, whatever, you know. And he's
hang up on it, did you?
No. He got to asking me about my catalog and all of that. And what, you know, how many pieces I got. So I ran down everything to him, and he said, give me all of it.
Wow.
I said, deal.
Right. When you want it.
Right. So I ended up, his name, that was Clone Records.
Okay.
Clone.
And you've been dealing with them ever since.
Yep.
Clone Records.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so after we sent them the records, he called back. We start conversing, over the phone. He said, "Hey, can you guys play live?" Yeah, sure. Heck yeah, we gonna put it together. I mean, a trip to Europe and get paid for it.
Right.
And to do what you love. Heck yeah, we gonna put it together.
So who did you talk to get you ready for that first trip? I mean, to play live. Did you?
God.
You just hoped it worked out?
Yeah. Yep. We got together. I said, let's put this together.
Well, you knew enough. You knew enough.
Well, yeah, because I've been DJing parties forever.
Yeah. And the engineer thing, dealing with the engineer, you knew enough.
So it was kind of like, only thing I was going to do was the same thing I did. I was going to do the same thing over there that I did here.
Dig that.
Now,
had you played anywhere live before then? Not DJing.
No.
Have you? Okay, so that was your first.
That was the first live. First time we played live.
And then where did you go? Your first trip?
We went to the Netherlands. We went to the Netherlands, and we went to Germany.
Good experience?
Yeah. Oh man, we was well received over there.
Totally different culture.
Oh, totally.
And they love the music.
Yeah. They showed us so much love, man. Shoot. I almost wanted to move over there.
What?
Yeah.
Now, are they still that way when you go? Still same?
Yeah. Very, very, very hospitable, very respectful. They respect the music. They respect the art. It's like they have a whole different type of love for the stuff.
What do they do when they hear your music live? Are they hopping up and down? Are they dancing? Are they just standing there enjoying the music? What do they do?
All of it, and even some of them trying to jit.
Oh, they trying to jit too.
Some of them try to jit. Yeah,
they trying to get.
They know because they know Detroit. Well, a lot of times, like when I go over, they know Detroit and they know Chicago.
Okay. Well,
and they know the styles are similar. Chicago got juke, we got jit. So.
Okay, but they know you Detroit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Where else have you been overseas to play?
Paris.
London.
Yeah, London,
Holland.
Glasgow, Holland, Amsterdam. Man, it's been places in Germany. I forgot.
But Germany.
Yeah, a lot of different places in Germany. The last one was Berlin. Well, oh man, it was nice.
What was your favorite one so far? Your favorite?
Oh man, that's
if
hard.
you can say that. No. How about top 3? Including New York.
New York
played New York.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. New York, Manhattan was crazy too. Yeah.
All right, we won't ask you that. Never mind. You had fun at all of them.
Yeah. I mean, Well, I got love for all of them.
Dig.
All of them. Looking forward to going back.
What's on your plate right now?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you who party crazy though. One of the craziest parties.
Germany?
Glasgow. In the UK, man, they party hard.
For real?
Yeah.
Like scary hard?
Hard, dude.
Like, are you okay? Is he gonna make it?
I could have.
You gotta keep playing.
One time we did a festival. It was a 3 or 4 day party. It started on a Friday, and it ended on a Sunday, and it was just a party nonstop. And I could have sworn some folk was getting carried out in stretchers.
Well, they probably were.
It was
dehydration.
Crazy. Yeah,
Man.
Dead Beat Festival. It was crazy.
Here's something you just made me think of, Maaco. The Detroit, what do they call it now? The Electronic
Music Festival.
Music Festival. What are your thoughts on that? Dang it, man! I just want to play some music. The second time I hit that same key. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts?
Electronic Music Festival. I'm one of the people. I liked it better in the earlier years when it was more.
I love that
about
first, second year.
Detroit. You know, when we was showing the world Detroit talent, and now it's something a little different. Some people like it better. Some people, but
you personally like the earlier.
Yeah.
I
I think the last time I was there was 2005. I haven't, so yeah, it's been over 10 years.
Okay.
But I do still support like a lot of the after parties, that's going on around about the city.
Okay. As far as music, what are you doing now? Do you have something new you just put out, or something new you're putting out, or something new you're getting together? All of the above.
Repressing some of the older stuff. It's this one song I did years ago. All of a sudden it
got popular again?
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah. Are You Married?
Oh, Are You Married? Yeah.
And it's a lot.
Oh man, Ron used to love that song.
It's a lot of younger people that's liking it, and it's like every week I'm probably getting maybe 2 or 3 emails from different people asking, can they repress it, or am I going to repress it, and all that. So
distributors?
Labels.
Oh, labels.
Different labels. So, and it's crazy. Yeah. When I was in Manhattan, these kids, they was probably early 20s, and they was, how are you married? It's
answering it.
Yeah.
That's all right.
And it was a silly song.
And if you don't know that song, check it out. Are You Married?
And, at the time when I did it, was just a silly song. We put on the record.
Yeah.
And man, it turned out to be one of the.
So you doing are you doing a remix to it or anything, or just the same?
Yeah. I got a couple people that's working on remixes for it, and I'm doing a remix to it. And I'm also working on our first Detroit Effect album. We never did an entire album. We did a lot of 12 inches, but never an entire album.
So an entire album is going to be about how many songs?
Well, I want to press it to vinyl, so I don't want to fill it up because I still want kind of pretty good quality. So I'm not going to do no more than 8 on the vinyl.
So 4 and 4.
Yeah.
Okay. When should that be out?
That should have been out yesterday.
So what's wrong, man? Procrastinating? What's going on?
Yeah, right. Every time I think I'm ready, I'm like, nah.
Oh, you being a perfectionist?
Let me try this. Let's put this with it. Let's put that with it.
That can take a while. Okay.
And at one point I had a date set, but then I said, nah, I'm not gonna put a date on it. I just want it right when it come out.
Okay. Dig. What else do you have on your plate?
Looking to go back over seas this summer.
Where?
the Netherlands,
Okay.
the UK, and if I can get some things popping in Germany, that'd be cool.
Okay. You have an agent that does this for you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I have a booking agent, cluster booking.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, they hook a
Pretty
brother
good.
up.
Pretty
Yeah.
good with you. He said hook a brother up.
It's funny though, how that came about. They were some of the guys that booked me a few years ago in Glasgow. I'm telling you, they party hard.
Yeah, it's a great.
And it was to the point where me and one of the other DJs, we had to go find the promoter because we thought they had partied and just left us.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh man, we getting paranoid. And so when we ended up finding them, they was out. They was gone. You know.
Is that right?
Yeah. And but we ended up talking, and I suggested them, starting a booking company. And they started, and they got a lot of people on the roster,
Nice.
and they doing pretty good right now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to ask, as we always do, is there anything on your mind? Anything negative, positive?
I will say this. Detroit, when it come to the Detroit artists, Detroit dancers, and everything, and all, we all gotta support each other. Stop clicking up and just be all one culture, because we all need each other.
Now, is that easier said than done? Being in Detroit, I'm asking because you Detroit,
You're right.
or are you pretty much saying we all gotta kind of like just get over that and make something happen?
We do, because I was watching something. This new documentary came out, Organized.
I seen it last night.
And I
Organized
sat,
Noise.
Yeah, and I sat there and I watched that, and it kind of like broke my heart. I'm like, why is it people from every other area can pull together and work as a team, and we can't do that in Detroit?
I'll show you why. I won't even say it. I'll show you why. What does this mean?
A lot of yapping.
It could mean that. That's part of it.
A lot of
But
talk, no action.
what animal does this?
Oh, crabs in the barrel.
It goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
The yapping, it usually comes from the crabs in the barrel.
Yeah.
And as soon as me and you and that line and them and everybody, Detroit wide, East and West, get together and do something, you always got people yapping, they making nothing happen and pulling.
Or I could do it better.
That's the same thing.
I could do it better.
But when they do that, it's one thing if they do that and it's just them. But what happens is when they start, it's like an infection, like a virus.
Yeah, yeah.
When other people start, getting into that as well, well, maybe they're right. Maybe they ain't doing nothing for us, or blah, 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 whatever the case may be, whatever they yapping about. That just snatches the rug from under that movement.
Yeah. So they come, I could do it better. Then all of a sudden now you got the jack of all trades. They doing it all. They doing it all. Instead of getting a team, this person is good with this, let that person do that. This person is good with that, let that person do that.
Right. How about letting some people slide? Maybe you can do it better than them. But just let them slide and work with them anyway. How about that?
Exactly.
And then what happened is DJ Maaco got to come right back down to the bump shop because people don't want to do things together, and you got to put out your music, which is bumping.
Right. Hey,
thanks.
Let me ask you a question, Maaco.
This is DJ Deadline again.
About
you gotta come over here.
About
you gotta come over here.
About DJs. Like DJs like you and I.
Okay.
Do you think nowadays, like me, I love hip hop. I love to play hip hop.
Okay.
But the same token, I grew up on Detroit techno.
Okay.
When I spin, I always spin. I go to hip hop, hustle, always Detroit techno. Always Detroit techno. I mean, I let them have it.
Because it's
Just
Detroit.
like back in the day, just because it's Detroit. Now, do you think a lot of DJs do that, or they just more up into the hip hop scene?
No, you know what it is. Detroit, to me, has always been the trendy city. Whatever the trend is, that's where Detroit is going.
So we got a lot of followers?
Pretty much.
Because
Instead, you know, I mean, listen to the look at the radio. A lot of DJs in the club. If it ain't hot on the radio, they don't want to play it. They want to play safe. You got too many safe. Back in the day, DJs broke records.
That's right.
DJs proud. They proud themselves off having a record nobody else ain't got.
exactly.
And it may not be that good, but a lot of times you get that diamond.
Yeah. You knew,
But you never would have known about if DJs didn't take that
right?
chance.
If you knew this DJ was playing, you knew he was gonna be the one that played that record, cause he the only one I know got it.
Exactly, and sometimes it'd be a record just like when me and Maaco was DJing. Maaco would come with an import. I never heard, but when he mix it, it'd be so sweet. Be like, man, where you get that from? Then we start banging at parties, and other DJs pick up on it. Like, where y'all get that from? Where you get that from? Where y'all get that from? Next thing you know, like he said, most DJs back then, we was breaking records, and
But now everybody want to be safe.
I think
They scared. They scared if they put a record on, people gonna walk off the dance floor. They they scared.
Right. Well, speaking of the music, we're going to get DJ Deadline to do a little something live in the Bump House. The Bump Shop. The Bump Shop. You're going to play a little something live. You're going to create right in front of us.
Now you want Deadline to do it or you want me to do it?
Oh, this is your
Oh, okay. Well, you said Deadline.
Deadline.
Oh, I'm sorry. Because he keep popping in this interview. He'll be in the back of my mind. No. We want DJ Maaco.
We want Maaco.
From Detroit in Effect.
Oh man.
From MAP. Something live. And then
He gonna
maybe a
do-
little DJ.
on
Maybe a little.
turntable.
Now, anything else you want to say though? You got time. I know we want to do the 5 and the 5, and we have. You know what?
Don't tell me.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I don't want to take that chance. This is what we have. We're gonna do the 5, maybe a little over 5, and the 5.
All right.
We got 16 minutes.
16 minutes.
16 minutes.
All right. 5 minutes of
Is that cool?
This ain't no junk. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Take
well,
away, DJ Maaco.
how many beats per minute you wanted?
Whatever you feeling. Whatever you feeling. You go.
I gotta keep being notes on this card.
Now this is live.
All right, but try to do this fast.
It's hot though. Oh.
Hold up, old school.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's a little something.
Dig that.